How PipelinePro API works. The API is one of the services provided by the platform and allows you to programmatically interact with it. It can be accessed directly through a URL, either from code or through a user interface located in the pipeline section. In that section, we will find the API called GraphQL. Here we have an example query based on a request using my project. We also have an entity diagram of the database to improve understanding of how objects are related. There are two main keyboard shortcuts, Ctrl+Space for autocomplete suggestions and Ctrl+Enter to evaluate the code we have written. We open the interface, and the only thing we need to understand is that this is a query in .json format. We open and close brackets using Ctrl+Space. We can ask the system to automatically generate a catalog of everything available in the API at this level. This is the root query, and we will start by asking about the active project, my project. With Ctrl+Space, we see that we can execute the query using Ctrl+Enter. It will initially appear in red because the system knows that some required fields are missing. It will indicate that we need to specify the necessary fields, so we open and close brackets as requested. Then, using Ctrl+Space, we specify what information we want to receive from the project. In this case, we want the name. We can either click the Run button or press Ctrl+Enter. The system will respond using the same structure as our request and will return the requested data, in this case, the name. If, in addition to the name, we also wanted, for example, the local working folder, executing the query would return the folder configured for working within the system. One of the most powerful features of this type of API is that we can perform multiple requests at once. For example, if we wanted a list of episodes, we have the Episodes field here. We open and close brackets, use Ctrl+Space to see what information we can request from the episode, and as you can see, the list is quite extensive. We will request the episode name and, for example, its code. If we execute this query, at the top level, we would get project data, which is what we see here, and below that, a list of each episode. With a single query, we obtain information about the parent entity and its child entities. We can also see that each entity has an element called key. This key is its unique identifier, which allows us to request a specific entity, and this is very, very useful. For example, if we wanted a relationship of each asset within each episode, by making this query, we would get information about the project, information about episode 1, and a list of the assets from episode 1 in a single query. Then we would have episode 2, episode 3, and so on. So this becomes very useful. If we wanted information about only one episode instead of a full list, we would search for it here. We would take the key from episode 2, in this case, episode 3, copy it, and then come here. Instead of using my episode, what we will do is request a specific episode. We open brackets, type the field, press Ctrl+Space, and it allows us to specify the episode here. We type a colon, quotation marks, and paste the key. From there, we request information about that episode. What information do we want? For example, give me the name, give me the local folder, and give me a high-resolution image. If we execute this, first we will request the code of episode 3. It will tell us the episode name, which folder it is in, and here it will provide access to an image protected by a token, which can be used to generate previews, for example. From this point on, we could retrieve any information we might need. As you can see, the API is very simple to use, and this would be an example of a response. These requests can be made using Postman from within code, or by using libraries to perform calls directly from the DCC applications. In addition, on this side panel, we will have documentation covering all available methods, possible calls, and all the objects that can be returned.